I'm making a huge batch of snacks because we'll be hosting 5 families in a few days' time, and I've decided to start getting ready in advance so that by the time they come, I'll be ready, my snacks will be ready, and I'm so excited to share these recipes with you because I think these are nice and easy snacks to make for your people, and then they're going to look so pretty. So, welcome. The first thing I want to make is rainbow Jello. Yeah, literally, I want to make like Jello in layers. I have this vision in my mind. I don't know if it's going to come out the way I want, but let's wait and see. So here I have my 3 flavors of Jello. I have green, yellow, and red. I've been really trying to figure out what's the best way to arrange it on the glass dish so that it looks nice. So I think I'm going to go with green at the bottom, yellow in the middle, and red on top. Okay? And then I'm going to add some gelatin, some unflavored gelatin, so that it can really, really set. The first thing to do is to boil water. Oh, and lastly, I just really want it to be colorful because we have like 17 kids coming and I really want them to enjoy the colors. I'm going to add a drop of food coloring. So this is where my mistakes are going to start. The first mistake was just putting that unflavored gelatin. Also, I realized that if you want to make Jello for your people, there are 2 variations in the market. There is a festival one and then there is the clovers one. Always use the clovers. Watch this. Wait and see. So I don't know why this thing is white. It's supposed to be green. Also, I don't know why it's looking like this. Anyway, let's give it a go and see. So I'm putting 1 teaspoon of gelatin unflavored. This is very suspect. 1 cup of boiling water. If it doesn't turn green, I'm cooked. Okay, what are we doing here? You guys, this thing has a funny smell. I know jelly is supposed to smell like fruity. It doesn't. So I don't know whether it's that packet. So I have been informed that I should have read the instructions. So it says dissolve poach 1 and poach 2 in boiling water. I had only put poach 1. So let's see. Oh, this one is more okay. Ah. Okay, now that smells like Jello. So I'm going to leave it to set for about 30 to 40 minutes in the fridge, and then I'll put the next layer. So after putting the green Jello into the fridge, it didn't set for like, I kept it for like an hour, it didn't set. I don't know what was wrong with it. And then it had this weird smell, I don't know. So I decided to make the orange one. It also didn't set. So I just chucked both of them and then I got clovers. Oh my goodness, this recipe. I hope the kids appreciate what I'm going through. But let me show you now when I used pure clovers how it turned out. It's amazing. As you can see, the clovers one only comes in 1 packet, and then the beads are not like clamped together. I really like the clovers. Just try it, okay? It came out so well. I'm so proud of the first layer. I like it's looking really nice and orange, and the red one is looking really nice and red. So yeah, here's my tip. Just do clovers. I'm sorry, festival guys. I use festival for food coloring, as you're going to see later on, but for Jello, clovers is the way to go. I love cutting through Jello. Oh my goodness, can you see how easily this is getting cut? And this, by the way, the first place I ever ate Jello in my life was in high school. I don't know what high school you went to, but in my high school, sometimes they would give us Jello for dessert. So this really, really takes me back to those days. Amazing. I would wolf that thing down. It was so delicious. Yeah, I hope the kids are going to enjoy this. The last time I made donuts for a party, they were very popular. Like they disappeared like rah. So I want to make more this time. I want to try different glazes, different colors. As I said, I'm really going for like colorful stuff because we have plenty of kids coming. And because last time they ended up just disappearing so fast, I want to make a huge batch. Let me know, like, where you went to high school. What was your most favorite meal? And did you have fun things to eat, or were you just eating for survival? Because I know most of us in the high schools were just eating for survival. I mean, my high school, I thank God, it was really, really nice. Like, as I said, we used to have Jello for dessert, and then sometimes we'd have cake. I was like, what? Where am I? How is this even high school? Public school, for that matter. It was really, really nice. Now, let me tell you the story about this donut, okay? I love making donuts. I try to avoid making them because of the deep fry. I really try to avoid making deep fried stuff, by the way, but sometimes the deep fried things just scream party and fun and everything. However, I had an issue, okay? My first donut recipe, this dough that I'm working on right now, for some reason, it just did not rise. I'm telling you, I gave it so much time, only later to realize that my yeast was dead, okay? It had been in my freezer. I did not know that it died in there. An unceremonious death. So I had to redo again. But you see this entire huge batch of dough that I am kneading right now. I felt so bad because I was like, what am I going to do with it? I don't want to throw it away because it has so many ingredients. So let me know what you would do with this dough if your donuts backfired. But I found a fantastic, delicious recipe to use for your backfired dough. I can't wait to show you guys. It's going to come later in the video. So now what I'm doing here is I'm putting the first dough. But yeah, after a while, you're going to see I just made a whole new batch. And then I'm going to show you the one that actually rose the way it was supposed to rise. And then I'll show you what to do with the backfired dough much later on, okay? Yep, so you can clearly see the difference between the dead dough and the one that is alive. Okay, it's giving Easter Monday morning. It is risen so well. Okay, is that a good joke or a bad joke? I don't know. Let me know. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I want to just roll it out. And all these recipes are going to be in our website. So don't worry about writing everything down. I've written down everything for you, including the glaze that I'm going to use for the donut, so that you can replicate this in your house. It is so easy. And yeah, stay tuned for the amazing, fantastic colors that I'm going to glaze this with. I think for me, making donuts, that's the fun part, making them beautiful for the amazing kids who are coming. Oh, and speaking of the kids who are coming, let me explain what we are doing over here. So about 2 years ago, we started a club, sort of. I think I've shared this before, like a mentorship club for our sons, because we just felt the boy child has been has been forgotten in this day and age. So we gathered some of our sons' friends. We have 3 boys, and boys around their age. So like our firstborn, we got the families who we are friends with who have friends around that age, and then our secondborn and our lastborn. Okay. So then what we do is the men gather the boys and then they sort of they're going through some sort of mentorship for boys thing. And we realize it works very well. If the dads and the sons come to our house, then just have a sleepover and then, yeah, you just talk about boy stuff and everything. And the boys love it, of course, and the dads really, really appreciate that because, yeah, we need to just start mentoring our boys. Okay, shout out to my huge batch of donuts here. Yes, please. Yeah, and so that was working very well until our daughters are like, what about us? Like, don't we also need mentorship and mentoring and all that? So when we started this whole thing, it was just to be for the boys. But then we realized, okay, yeah. I mean, it just logically follows that also the girls would want to hang out. So then we got together with the moms and we were like, okay, these girls are not glad that the boys are going here and getting sleepovers and getting mentored and everything. So shortly it became even the moms and the daughters. Why don't we just come and we just do our own thing together? So it turned out to be like 5 whole families come to our place and we spend the night, we talk, we have fun, the kids play so much, and then the dads go somewhere with the boys and they do their mentoring thing, and the girls the same way with the moms. It is so fun, let me tell you. But it started out as a boys thing, and the best thing about it is that it's just so amazing. I'll tell you a bit more shortly. Okay, but before we continue, shout out to these amazing donuts. You guys, I made so many. Those kids are going to be overwhelmed by the amount of snacks I'm making for them. So, the third snack that I'm making for my guests will be Rice Krispie treats. These ones are so easy, no cooking required. I don't know. Let me know, by the way, at the end of this whole video, which of these are your favorite snacks. I'm going to tell you mine at the end because I think you'd be surprised. What I love about Rice Krispie treat is you just literally melt marshmallows. Hey, you melt marshmallows in some butter. You can also put some vanilla. And then you put in your Rice Krispie treats. You can also put some vinegar and then, yeah, just put them somewhere to set and you're done. Okay. Now, one mistake that I made is I sort of underestimated how much Rice Krispies I was going to have. So I kind of wish I had a little more marshmallows. And then for some reason, and I've done this recipe before, this time the marshmallows were not melting as much as they're supposed to. I don't know why. Anyway, they're supposed to melt, but they still worked because they helped to hold the Rice Krispie cereal together. And then after that, I just poured in my greased baking dish so that it'll be easier for them to out. And then sprinkled some sprinkles on top, left it to set, and going to cut it into pieces. So easy, so delicious, so amazing. So the last time I made the Rice Krispie treats, I also melted some chocolate and put it on top and then left it to set. I mean, there's so many ways you can do it, but the bottom line is Rice Krispies plus marshmallows equals fun. Okay, the sprinkles so colorful. I love. Oh my goodness. Yes, please. And now let's make mandazis. If you're having any type of party in Kenya and you do not include mandazis, you need to sit down and question your life choices, because what? Mandazis equals Kenyans equals fun equals yes please. Okay? And one thing that you guys might not know about me is I've never been good at making mandazis. It's just one of those things. I, by the way, did not grow up eating mandazis, unlike a lot of people, because I grew up in the countryside. Okay? So mandazis were a thing you buy once in a while. I've never thought that you can actually make them in your own house. And then by the time I grew up and realized people actually make them, nobody had taught me. So I have just been sort of learning. And I must say this, when I was making these snacks for the guests, this is the first time I have made mandazis that have come out looking like they were made by someone who knew what they were doing, you know? So if you struggled with making mandazis, do not worry. You are not alone. But this is a very, very simple recipe. Literally, I love the fact that we're using baking powder here, not yeast, because yeast has shown me dust already today. So I love that. And I have this friend who used to make for me mandazis, because yeah, as I said, I never used to know how to make for myself. And she would put a little bit of lemon zest. Oh my goodness, so delicious with a cup of tea. Yumolicious. Yes. Let me know if you know how to make mandazis. Like, do you like to put like things on the inside, or do you just like them plain? This time I made them plain because I was like, I'm not pushing the envelope here. I don't want to. I just want to make mandazis for once and have them come out looking like mandazis, you know? So I didn't want to try and experiment this time, but next time, please give me ideas of what else I can put in my mandazis. Oh, I was telling you guys about the community that we have built for our kids. So one thing I came to realize is that, first of all, community. You guys know there's been so much research and people say that loneliness is like huge. It's like a global pandemic at this point in time. There's so much loneliness, and I just felt it's so nice for our kids to have these kids that they grew up together and they're just going through life together. Okay, because guys, people are living really lonely lives out here. Okay, now the other thing that really happened that we did not expect is how therapeutic and amazing this whole group was going to be for the parents. Just sitting down and talking about life with other parents who have kids the same age, so you're all going through the same issues, because yeah, as I said, your kids are all the same age. It is so amazing, and not just for the moms, for the dad. And shout out to my three huge mountains of mandazis. How golden and delicious do these look? And I know you might be thinking, wow, that's a lot of mandazis. No, it is not. You would be surprised how much these children eat when they are here because there's so much excitement and they are playing, they're using so much energy. Amazing. Please rate my mandazis out of 10. For muffins, I decided to make red velvet muffins because I haven't made this. And if you watch the video that we published last week, I was just showing you various types of muffins that I've made over the years. So if you're a kind of muffin type person, there's so many ways you can make your muffins. And incidentally, when I was gathering all my previously made muffins, I told my hubby, like, yeah, I'm sure we have made red velvet muffins somewhere. And he was like, no, we have actually never made red velvet muffins. I was like, no, that one is and normally we must correct that. So that's what I'm doing. I decided for the guests, I'm going to make red velvet muffins because they're pretty. And as I said, one of my main driving factors when I'm making the snacks for the guests this time round is I want them to be as colorful and as festive as possible. And I don't know if there's another more colorful muffin than a red velvet muffin. So let's go. Yo, guys, someone was asking me why I was using my finger to pour this dough into the muffin cups. I don't know how to answer that question because I was like, it works better for me. I feel like I'm able to regulate how much I'm putting. Also, I thought it was okay because my hands are clean and I've been using my hands all along to make mandazis, to make donuts, to make what? I don't know. Guys, am I crazy? Tell me, am I crazy? And I've decided that I want to also decorate my muffins so that they look pretty. Yeah, and the kids are going to love them. So anyway, as I was telling you guys about our community, I think for me, the friendship between the dad has just been one of the most fulfilling things that I have seen. Because as I'm saying, I don't know, you guys. Tell me if I'm wrong. I just feel like men don't know how to make friends. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I just really, really love the friendships that I see developing among our husbands, and just, yeah, this loneliness we don't want, okay? No. Build a community if you can. I love how these muffins look. Love it. Of course, if you are not new here, you knew I was going to make colored popcorn because I feel like this is one of my signature things to make for kids when they come here. Oh, and if you are new here, hi! I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to our amazing homestead and like this amazing community of amazing people. We love guests here. Kindly consider subscribing. And for my OG guys, please, thank you so much for just sticking with me. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comments. They mean so much and they help YouTube to just know this is a good video that should be seen by other people. And therefore YouTube sends it to more people. So a like, a comment, it goes so far for us. So thank you. What I decided to do with the syrup this time is I didn't put color in the pot. I decided to just make a huge batch of syrup and then pour a bit of it into a container, put one color, and then pour into another container, put another color, so I don't have to keep melting syrup all the time. I hope that makes sense, okay? I love these colors. Of course, they had to be blue and pink for the boys and the girls aesthetic in there. And one thing I learned, by the way, just preheat your oven just a little bit, not too much, and then put in your colored popcorn for like 15 minutes. Comes out so crunchy. And how festive does this look? Beautiful. And so here is my backfired donut dough. I used it to make this thing that look like half biscuits, half tea scones. I don't know what to call them. Maybe you guys can give me a name for them. So I decided that instead of wasting this dough, I'm just going to just roll it out, cut it into whatever shapes I want, and then put some egg wash and bake it. Easy peasy. And they came out okay. They were a bit dense on the inside, but because I rolled them pretty thin, they were cooked through and through. And they were amazing to have with a cup of tea. So yeah, let me know what we should call them. Don't forget to let me know which one so far is your most favorite snack. I'll let you know mine at the end, okay? So one of the things that we really hope our kids will take away from this whole community thing is how to make friends and how to make good friends, and also that you don't have to go through life alone, you know. Yeah. And these are my finished things. What are they? Let me know what we call them. And these are my final snacks. I am so proud of us. I'm telling you, I can't wait to see the kids' reaction to all these snacks. My favorite snacks out of all these were the mandazis, because I've never made better looking and better tasting mandazis in my life. And the Rice Krispie treats. They were so good, you guys. I couldn't stop eating. I had to stop myself and remind myself they were for the children. Let me know which ones you like. And if you want to see more fantastic meals that you can make, check out this video over here, and I'll see you over there. Bye.